Players at the ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? On my release.
Tonight, I'll be eating roasted cauliflower tacos with spicy chipotle sauce. Thank you. Oh! Yeah! I wasn't ready!
You want cheese to go with that wine?
Alrighty, welcome in everybody to the American Air Hockey League. Once again, another Monday night. Now, tonight, it's going to be a little bit of a more interesting special night where we have Josiah versus Noel. And at the end of the matches, we're going to have him do some explanation on shots and whatnot. I am joined here with Seth Garrett. Seth, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling very excited for this match. Noel has been on up the comeuppance, as one might say, and I'm excited to see if he's able to pull off something to shock the American Air Hockey League tonight. Sure. It'd be awesome to see Noel as the underdog here take down Josiah, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll have to find out and see here shortly. Now, that being said, there was a lot of really good matches that happened throughout this week. If you guys are here right now in the American Air Hockey League, you can check out those prior lives where Nathan went down to North Carolina, played with Seth and other players down there. What a good time that was. Seth winning the doubles matches, and I think it was Colin Cummings winning the singles matches. So check that out. A lot of fun down there. It was Connor. Now, is that part of the reason why you are dying tonight? Is just all the activity? Yeah, we had a lot of matches, a lot of screaming, especially on Friday. Joey and I were the first North Carolina players to win a major. Gotcha. Well, that's awesome, and it was so cool to see, everyone just kind of get together, had the multiple streaming going on over there, and, a good group of people, fun community. So that being said, all right, well, we've got Josiah versus Noel. I believe this is a 2 out of 3 set match, so we'll see if Noel can take down Josiah here shortly. We'll get the match rolling. So how are you all doing in the chat? We got Carol saying Nathan Bus is fired. We got Emil saying, yo, more air hockey, get hyped. Welcome in, Emil. It's always fun hearing from you. We have Lucas, the Panthers fan, saying hello. Welcome in. Got John D. Gurk saying hello as well. And Vi Rainsberger as well from Cottonwood, California. We know you. We see you in here all the time. We got Emil saying, Seth killed it this weekend in the North Carolina tourney, in case you missed it. That's good to know. Yeah, I didn't get to see it all. I was kind of popping in and out relatively as much as I could, busy with some homestead stuff, doing some off-grid systems and whatnot. So little by little, those things work out. So going back to the matches here. All right, so it looks like Josiah is warming up right now. And we'll have Noel coming out soon enough. We got Carol in the chat saying Nathan Bus is 100% fire. Yeah, he's flying back right now from North Carolina. But you'll have to wait and see him next week once he gets back to Idaho. Remember, we are sponsored by Ruth Kamichek. If you guys are interested at all in buying or selling a property in the Idaho area, reach out to Ruth Kamichek at 208-965-3570. She is the real estate relocation expert. And, she will get you she'll find you the home that's right for you, the place that you would like to be, possibly retire. You never know. So reach out to her, find out. She's definitely the one to go with. Integrity is her middle name. All right, now going back over to see. It looks like they are now ready. We got Noel and Josiah, out here. Remember, we are working with a little bit of a skeleton crew tonight. Nathan flying back in from North Carolina, and so on and so forth. So here we go. We're going to get this match now underway.
Shout out to Emil in the chat saying Nathan and Jessica killed it as well. Lucas, the Panthers fan, saying Noel is going to take it in 7. Or as some of the players like to say, sapping.
Right. All right.
Okay. Ready? Fucking play.
All right, so the puck is in play, and Josiah starting it out, and lands a nice cut there. Now Noel trying to take his shot precisely here.
Josiah got on the table quickly, said I'm scoring right off the bat.
Right. Now
Now
2-0. Josiah is up 2-0. Josiah with control. Tries to go for another shot, doesn't quite land. Now Noel with time goes for the cut and lands it. Now 1-2. Ooh, and now 3-1. Josiah still in the lead. And, understandably so. Now
That was a
3-2. What's that, Seth?
I was gonna say that was a particularly bad exchange from Noel there, where he lost possession of the puck, and then he charged the transition shot from Josiah.
Right.
But as I was about to say that, he scored.
And that seems to the commentator's curse was trying to get you before you even spoke. All right. Well,
now it's in my thoughts.
we got Emil saying, I was 1 for 1 with a successful helicopter shot, by the way. Very, very cool, Emil. Let me tell you about that helicopter shot. This week, I actually got an attachment for my excavator. It is a grapple, and it should be able to fully spin. So I'm hoping that in the future, maybe in a couple months or something, I can get that attachment set up with my excavator and grab like a log, and I want to try to do the helicopter with my excavator. I think it would be really fun. I'm going to take a video of it when the day comes, so look forward to that. All right, 5-3. Josiah only needing 2 more to end the game in a win here. Can Noel come back from this on this first match? We got Lucas in the chat saying, I think Josiah wins this one 7-4. That would be a pretty close prediction, I would say, looking at the current score. Oh, and there it is, 5-4 now. Can Noel lock in and maybe even take this win? Oh, with a double wall. Zinger.
Point of criticality.
A point of criticality indeed. 5-5, a nickel apiece. Josiah now taking a timeout. He's looking to do something interesting. You could tell he was getting ready to use some weird shot, and he changed his mind, went into a timeout instead.
I would have loved to see the helicopter from him. in that
Yeah,
moment.
you could see he was thinking about it, and then he just was like, he changed his mind. He said it was too early to be bringing out those shots. Got to keep that ace in the hole. And now
Noel
Noel's
just
going
put the
for-
left wall over, just missed though. I'm be interested to pick Noel's brain to figure out how he's deciding to jump for this under that Josiah's shooting. Because he is on that.
Right. Noel 6-5. Can he take this win from Josiah here? He only needs one more point.
This
It
is
would be a huge upset for Josiah right now.
big comeback game for Noel too. When you're
Ooh,
down
now
in
6-6. A show me moment. Speaking of the show me moment, I'll touch on that here in a second. After whoever wins this first game, let's find out. Will Noel make the upset come true here, or will Josiah lock in and take that win? Josiah has his time. Has the time. He's going into the diamond drift. A nice block by Noel. Unfortunately, the puck does slide on over to Josiah, but unfortunately, Noel still didn't capture that puck. He is losing the opportunity, but there he goes. He's got an opportunity now. He can take the chance, and he does! With a right wall under, now 7-6. Game 1 going to Noel. An awesome job there by Noel. Look at that with a far left side into a right wall under. A very nice shot indeed. Good job by Noel taking game 1 against Josiah. Remember, Noel is ranked number 18. Josiah is ranked number 3. What an upset to start this whole thing off. All right, going over to the chat, we've got Oscar in the chat saying, let's get it, Noel. We've got Al Khan. Have fun, brother. Absolutely. Lucas saying he is tilting Noel. Lucas with the W in the chat. We got Oscar saying, yes, sir. And Vi in the chat. What? Come on, Josiah, the comeback.
Oscar in the chat saying it's those retros.
The retros, absolutely. Oh, now, what was I saying? I was going to say before we found out who scored. I've already lost my train of thought on that one.
You were gonna say something about show me.
Do you guys have a song trap with Show Me in it? I could have swore that when I was watching the live for the North Carolina that there was like a Show Me like soundtrack or something. Is that,
Yes.
do you know? It
Yes,
is?
I do know,
It's
and
awesome.
yes, it is.
Okay, I only heard it say it once, so I wasn't sure if I was just hearing things or if it was legit. Oh, that is awesome.
That is exactly what happens.
Right on, right on. All right, well, there's John B in the chat. It's good to be back in Idaho. Actually, Nathan is not back in Idaho just yet, but he is flying back. Perhaps you are, though, John B. Who are you, John B? Are you in Idaho? Or are you just happy to see our stream back live in Idaho? Perhaps that's what you mean. All right.
I'm starting this time, you said? Start. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep. Okay. Plug and play.
Play.
And Noel is starting off this next game.
All right, and there it is, the start off. So 1-0. Now Josiah is going to have to lock in after that first game upset. Whoa, what is going on here? Josiah knocking the puck way off the board right to start. Now Noel getting control.
Looked like he went to shoot a double bank and just got too much angle on it, and it hit the wall too many times before it flew
Right.
off.
Yeah. Maybe just put a little too much on it. And this time though, he managed to get that cut. Now 1-0. Josiah taking the lead again. Ooh, but Noel firing right back, 1-1. So Oscar in the chat saying Josiah is bringing the force. Absolutely. He is that Star Wars type of kid. Now 2-1. Noel, though, in the lead. Ooh, and now 2-2, keeping it close. Deuces everyone. Now, let's see if Noel can continue to keep that lead, or if it'll go to Josiah now, retaking the lead. And sure enough, Josiah does. Now 3-2.
I love how he hit cross. It looks just like his bank and his cut at the same time. It's just that half middle ground between the two shots, and you just hit that other straight.
That's definitely what makes some of the best shots, is that sleight of hand, being able to make it all look like it's doing the same thing, but at the very end, being able to switch up that shot. Very deceptive. A great shot indeed. Now 4-3, Josiah now keeping the lead. You know, it's interesting because Josiah started with the lead, then the lead got passed over to Noel. Now Josiah has the lead and is barely keeping it by 1 point. Will it continue, or will Noel make a comeback? Ooh, and the puck needing some sanding or something. No, maybe not.
Maybe just a
nice. Look at that right wall over.
Brings us back to quattro a quattro.
Right. Or in French, cat to cat. Who is going to take this dub right now? All right, go back over to the chat. We got Oscar in the chat saying, let's go, Noel. Nice. Slammed it in. And then we also have Al Khan saying, let's go, Noel. I mean, yeah, Noel, he's doing a good job out there. 5-4. Very respectable. You know, perhaps Noel was that, you know, that rock, that coal that's finally been refined and compressed into that diamond he knew he always was. Now 5-5. The point of criticality once again. And Josiah takes it up, brings it back, sets into the dragon sense, goes for the left wall under, doesn't quite land. Well, just trying to recapture that puck from Josiah, but Josiah taking his time, really trying to control that puck right now. Not giving an inch. You know, he's really not firing super fast, hard shots right now, though. He's kind of got it toned down just right. 5-5.
Well, we are at a point of criticality.
We got Dream Day in the chat saying, this is not like yesterday. That is correct. Yesterday was a huge tournament in North Carolina, and we went ahead and helped stream down there. And now a lot of our people and players, our crew, are all kind of everywhere right now. So tonight is a little bit of a skeleton crew, but we're still streaming for your viewing entertainment. Now 6-5, Josiah in the lead. Can he keep that lead and take the win? Taking game number 2 being 1-1 game, or will Noel be able to fire back and win 2 more shots here? And no, there it is. Josiah does take the win, 7-5.
Let's see that replay. Hits him with this double danger right there.
Absolutely. How did I miss that? I didn't even notice the double danger. What a shot there by Josiah. Very nice indeed. All right, well, 5-7, 1-1 game. Josiah coming back, you know, to be expected for the number 3 in the AAHL. He'll probably maintain that lead going forward, but I don't know. Noel, you know, he's doing some good shots here. Oh, Josiah accidentally shooting it in on himself in the practice mode. He's lucky that one wasn't for all the marbles.
Ready? You ready? Ready. Puck and fly.
Ooh, and there we go. Puck was in play, 1-0 now.
Nice.
Ooh, and Noel catches Josiah going for that charge and slides it right past him.
Now, if I'm Josiah here on offense, I'm gonna notice that Noel is bringing his mount back very early to block my left wall bank. And I'm gonna do something about that. One of the 2 things that you can do about that is you can shoot the over, so you can hit the far side of the goal, have it just sail past their defense. Or you can
2-2 or 3-1.
you can hold your shot a little bit longer, and you can hit the cut once he's moved. Just make sure you're winding up the same way, otherwise it's going to look different to your opponent.
Right. Man, this has been a long time coming for Noel, you know, to even be able to match, you know, his opponent right now. Doing fantastic job. And, yeah, love to see it. 3-2 right now. Josiah, though, you can see his energy is starting to climb. His ability is starting to be recognized. He just has to get back into that flow state, that zone, and then suddenly Noel will be finding himself up against someone that he is not ready for. But until that time, Noel needs to take every advantage and just lock these shots in. Nice job there by Noel, deflecting that. Noel just nicely throwing those pucks over, not really with a whole lot of speed yet. And now 3-3.
I like how Josiah shot this a little bit earlier on the drift. Was able to catch Noel before he got to that position.
Right. And now Josiah with time goes for that backhand shot. Oh no, he shoots it in his own goal.
It almost
But
looked
then he
like
immediately capitalizes on a lockdown cut shot.
it almost looked like Josiah faked himself out there instead of his opponent.
Right. Now 5-4. Noel still in the lead.
That's exactly what I
Noel,
was talking about just a moment ago. Josiah held that shot just a little bit.
take this dub. Noel has to be faster if he wants to capture that puck. Ah, unfortunate now. 7-6. Good job by Josiah locking that down and taking game number 3, 2 games to 1. Unfortunate for Noel, you know, he's very close to trying to catch that point there. You know, almost taking that game from Josiah, but you know, Josiah locking it in.
That's the other bad thing about playing defense, where you pull back a little bit early, is you leave yourself susceptible to some of those straight shots, even going towards the same side, because your straight defense is no longer credible. If I pull back right away as soon as you shoot it, I might as well have not had my mount out front to begin with.
Right. That's a very good point there, Seth. And you know, Noel did a good job, you know, seeing when Josiah would come up and making those shots. I think it was like 2 or 3 charges that Josiah did that Noel just avoided his charge and just landed the shot. It was nicely done, good timed. But even then, Josiah still landed the game-winning point there. So 2-1. Will Noel be able to overcome, or will Josiah start absolutely peaking? You know, you can see, at least I can, that his energy level and his shot accuracy has been climbing each match.
And Josiah seems to be starting to get into that rhythm. He's starting to pick apart Noel's earlier defensive adjustment that he had to win the game. So now it's Noel's turn to do something different. But
Right.
not do something different where you score on yourself.
Right. I love this comment by Daniel Waver in here, saying Josiah has an extra edge with the epoxy floor. The 3D printed flip-flops grip is really well. I don't know. Are they I don't know if the flip-flops are 3D printed, but maybe they are. Who knows? You never know with Josiah. He 3D prints his air hockey mallets and whatnot.
Ooh, now that is the charge that Josiah was trying to lock in last game, and he managed to pull it off this time.
Oh, I missed. Haha.
Noel kind of telegraphing his shots right now, really showing that he's about to do a right wall under or over. And it's just, he needs to throw a little bit more deceptiveness in his shot pattern. Otherwise, Josiah's just going to start blocking everything and taking the puck for himself. Ooh, and there you go with the peacock shot by Josiah. Doesn't quite land it, though.
Josiah has had very low success on the peacock shot. If I'm in Josiah's corner in this moment, I'd be telling him to stop shooting it. I mean, this match alone, he hasn't scored with it, but on himself.
That is a good point. That being said, you know, the first time he came up with it, it did score a nice shot, and ever since then, I think he's trying to make it work. But, you know, it just isn't deceptive enough. It doesn't, you have to throw something else into the mix to really make it flower into a beautiful shot. That being said, now 2-3. And Noel with control, just trying to take these shots. Josiah took his time there, hit a right wall, but a nice block by Noel. Noel getting control of the puck. All right, going back over to the chat, we got Oscar in the chat saying Noel doesn't have his contacts on, and he's wearing his jersey, yeah. He needs to get it into motion with that right cut there.
He needs to get it into motion. Not only in motion, but he needs to get it into motion at a faster speed.
Yeah,
Josiah is playing a reactive defense where he's just reading where the puck is going and getting to the right spot enough of the time that he's winning games.
He needs to put a little bit of flubber on his shoes to put in that step to step when he makes these shots. 3 to 4.
If anything,
And,
if I've got flubber, I'm putting it on my mallet.
right? Give that sleek, you know, fast, smooth mallet hitting shots, you know, for sure. All right, 4-3, 5-3 now. Josiah starting to make that lead go even larger now that he's starting to warm up. I mean, you can just see his difference in... Oh, but as soon as I say something, he goes way out, letting Noel see a beautiful opportunity on a right wall under. But then a double dinger-danger to make the shot. And I guess it was actually 7-4. We must have missed a shot. A nice double dinger-danger on game number 4, I believe. Now, 3 games to 1. All right, going back to the chat, we got Oscar once again saying, hey, this is awesome. I look forward to watching y'all play, man. And my friend Noel, props to y'all and good luck. We appreciate you and all your comments. Let's freaking go. Come on, Noel. And nice job, Josiah. Well, thank you so much, Oscar.
Ready? Hold on. Okay.
We've got Akio in the chat. Not sure the language you're speaking, but thanks for coming in and watching the American Air Hockey League matchups. We got Vi in the chat saying these games are so close and stressful.
Indeed, they are. Josiah is starting to wiggle and waggle his way through this match.
Right. We got David Wagner in the chat saying this is so awesome to watch. Well, thanks for coming in and getting to enjoy these matches. And now it looks like the chat's starting to go wild with Goodman in the chat saying Noel is about to have the most insane comeback. That would be awesome to see. Can he do it? He's going to have to really lock in if he wants to take
a game from Josiah once again. Especially now that Josiah has started to lock in.
Alan O in the chat saying, "Is this a tournament?" No, this is regular American Air Hockey League in its set on set. Player wants to play one player, they make it happen format.
Right. And so, Noel, 1-1. We got Codemon in the chat saying, "Love this. We don't have this in the UK." Well, I guess you're going to have to visit America if you want to play a little bit of air hockey. Now 2-2.
This is a challenge set. Mr. Allen in the chat. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a challenge match.
We got Pittman saying, "Wouldn't it be funny if both the host and the number 2 best players in the world, meaning if I and Seth were both number 1 and number 2, wouldn't that be funny?" Yes, that would be funny. However, that is not the case. Seth, number 20 in the world. Myself, considered unranked, although I would have to say I'd probably be in maybe, I don't know, maybe the hundreds, maybe top 90s. I don't know. Hard to say.
Well,
I am more of your casual Joe. All right,
Josiah does a good job staying grounded on defense there. Noel really trying to mix up his shot selection, find a big cheese hole in Josiah's defense.
Yeah, we got Grief Duck in the chat saying they are both under 100. I think Josiah would definitely be under 100. Noel? I think so. I'd say Noel's better than me, and I would say I would be, in the 100 area. Hard to say, though. What would you say, Seth, if you had to rank them both just purely by visual right now? Where would you put them?
Well, I think they are both actively under 100, so I don't need to do that.
Oh, well, I knew Josiah was up there, but I didn't know if he ever actually took a world rank. Interesting.
Yeah, Josiah and Spec have played several matches. Josiah is on the board.
Oh, then he must be, what, top 30... What, like 38?
I can pull it up for you. Just give me one moment.
Sure. Oh, it is 38. Okay. Confirmation from our studio.
And it is 6-5 right now, folks. Josiah is leading us.
6-5. Josiah only needs one more point to lock this thing down. And he does. 7-5. 4 games to 1. Set 1 going to Josiah. Now going back over the chat. I did not know they had tournaments like this, says Joy. That's correct. We are doing tournaments and other things like this, every so often. Check out the prior lives that we had this week, and you'll get to see some really cool tournament action. And we got a $2 donation from Pitman. This is great practice. Well, thank you so much for the $2 donation. And, everyone, thank you all, everyone who's in the chat right now. We are going to go over to the players here and hear from them how that match went and how they feel. So go ahead and throw your questions and your comments for these two players. You guys got to see how that match went. Go ahead and get your questions for them. And, yeah.
Yep, we are on, I think.
Yo, what's up, YouTube?
You are on. We hear you guys loud and clear. Go ahead.
What's up, chat? Let's see here.
We got Alan in the chat saying, yeah, if Noel holds his shot for just a touch more, he could really take advantage of the charging.
Appreciate that, Alan. Alan, I appreciate that advice, and I will take it on my next match. Appreciate it, bro.
Yep.
Thank you, Oscar, for supporting me, and everybody else supporting us.
Yeah.
Right. Oscar with his question saying, "Hey, Noel, what would you do to improve in your next match?"
I
Gotta
think
bring
he's
it.
got him.
I just gotta
I think
bring it, like gotta stay focused on the game. I think Oscar said to keep my eyes open, which I was, but not good enough.
Okay. So, Noel, how do you think you did that game?
Surprisingly, I was doing all right. Like not my best game, but I was kind of holding my own there. Josiah is very experienced. He's very good. Like I think you're like what, number 2 right now? Number 3?
I'm number 3. I just did challenge spec.
What am I? Number 18.
I have no idea. I think so.
Yes, you're 18.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but you did very well this game.
Appreciate
I feel
it.
like you should be above 18.
We got Mohammed Van D in the chat saying, "This is my life. Go, go, go." What do you guys have to say to that?
Thank you, Mohammed.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro. I'm glad we're here to entertain
Sell
you.
your house, sell everything, and just air hockey only. Watch us. Definitely, totally the right choice.
What? Oscar says, what advice could I give to Noel? When I'm playing you, right, I realize I could charge.
Yeah.
Okay. Block those charges. Okay. Defend against the charges. Don't let me hit a charge.
Yeah,
Okay.
for real.
Those charges got me half the points in the game.
Yeah, that's true. You started bringing it towards the end. And every time you charge, every time you came out, I tried to get around you, but you always knew where I was going.
Yeah, and then make your shots less telegraphed, I guess. So I don't know what's there.
Well, we got the air hockey whisperer saying that Noel is pretty much him. You are Timothy. Now, that being said, we also got Pittman. He's got a good question for you guys. He said, "What is your thinking process during a match? What do you look for?"
What do I look for? I look for matches, multiple things in a row. So whenever he sets up the puck, shoots a shot, I look exactly where that shot was, what shot it was, where the puck was on the table, where his mallet is on the table, and then next time he does that, I can pretty much predict what shot he's going to do with very high accuracy.
Yep, that's true. What I look for is how hard I can hit it, and I'm hoping it goes in. That's all I got.
Right. Well, we got Vi in the chat asking, "How can you defend against Noel?" And we also have Oscar in the chat saying, "Josiah, what are your plans for the next tournament? Do you see yourself traveling?"
Yes, next tournament in August, the Worlds tournament. I'll be traveling to Texas for there. How can I defend against Noel? Learn his play style. That's the way to defend against anyone.
Right. It seemed like that first game you were kind of having a tough time. The second game it was real close, but it seemed like after that you started picking up Noel's shots and you started feeling it out and was able to start landing some of those charges. Unlike the first two games, are you starting to read his actions? Are you in the zone?
Starting to, but barely. I still gotta learn it a lot more. But
All
yeah,
right.
well, we could try to get on to the next set. Might be one, might be
we'll
two
go
more
ahead and
sets.
get on
We'll
to
see.
the next set. Good luck to both of you on the next set. Noel, do your very best to overcome. You are the underdog. Take down Josiah.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
All right, Seth. Well, looks like the chat is starting to pick up. So if you guys are putting your chats in the chat section and we are unable to reply in time, just to let you all know, we do see you guys. Sometimes it just goes by so quick. We're doing the whole announcing thing for the air hockey players and whatnot. So if you want us to catch your chat, though, go ahead and do a super chat for as little as $1 to $2. And we'll definitely see that, read it out, or reply to it if we don't see you otherwise. That being said, going back to the chat, see what we can see here. We've got Bob the Crow, Noel the Nonchalant, just doing what he can, He's like that lone wolf guy. You can't break his rhythm. All right. You got the Pickleball Gobbler saying, "You." All right. And then we got Duck saying,
name.
"Good luck, fellas." What's that, Seth?
Gotta love that handle, that username. This is a 2 out of 3, Alan, in the chat.
Right. 2 out of 3 set. Right now, the first set went to Josiah. A good, close, hard-fought set. Will set 2 go the same way? Will one of the players break down mentally and just absolutely get destroyed? Or will it be another close, evenly matched matchup? Will Noel be able to overcome Josiah and start landing more points on him? Or will Josiah lock in and absolutely devastate the table? Who knows? You guys will have to just stick around to find out.
Do you start or me?
DeAndre and Assassin, what's the hardest shot to defend? In my opinion, it's probably the strong wall undershot.
All right, and the match is in play. And Noel with the first shot and lands it. He is 1-0. And Josiah fires for it back. Both these players 100% accuracy right now, 1-1. And there's the first off shot, and the double wall doesn't quite land. Josiah grabbing it. Oh, and now Noel blocks as well. And now neither player's accuracy is there any longer. Now still 1-1. Josiah taking control of the puck here, trying to go for these shots. Noel getting it, trying to do a fake little wiggly waggly and lands the right wall under. 2-1. The good old wiggly waggly shot by Noel. Oh, it was such a big shot that it caused Josiah to land one on himself even now. 3-1. And now 3-2. A nice shot by Josiah, catching back up. Going back over to the chat, we got Brandon saying, this is as exciting as the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs.
I love that.
Definitely
that
can be.
Forehand left wall under that Noel is shooting. Just a way to mix it up.
Right. A nice attempt there by that Josiah, by that left wall under, but didn't quite land it. Noel with a good block. Noel gets control of the puck, tries to do another little fake jitter jatter shot, but doesn't quite land. Now 3-2 still. Noel with time goes for another left wall under. Josiah, a nice recapture. Going for a couple off goal, trying to bait Noel off his defense.
Coco
And it works.
In the
Now
chat
3-3.
saying, is there an air hockey world championship? Yes, there is. The next one that is happening is in August in Houston, Texas at Margaritaville.
Right. An unlucky own goal by Noel, but he manages to overcome it now and lands a huge left wall over, now 4-4. Ooh. Tries to capture that puck just a little too slow. Josiah goes for the helicopter and lands it 5-4. Now Noel with control goes for the off goal, doesn't quite land. Unfortunately gives up control to Josiah. Josiah goes for that left wall under. Noel, nice job recapturing the puck into a cross shot, 5-5. An even matchup. Oh, and Josiah breaks the tie, 6-5. Noel trying to lock in. Can he do it? Sets it up, tries to pull the shot off, but Josiah does get a touch on it. Now Josiah with control, tries to go for the left wall under, doesn't quite land. Little off his shot there, and Noel getting back control of the puck. Can he land it? Can he tie it up? Oh, he does! 6-6, another show me ball! Oh, no! A slow change speed. Look at this shot by Josiah. He just sets it, light taps it, it just slides right in like butter.
That's that pure straight shot right there. Noel and Josiah didn't even give us time to go show me.
I know, it was so quick. It was just, it was like a feint. It's kind of like like those anime characters that can hide their presence. That's how that was. Josiah hid his intention, his presence when he made that shot. We didn't even know. It was just gliding across the table and landed. All right, now going over to the chat. We've got Corey saying good luck. We've got Hitman saying, oh, okay. We've got the Duck saying, who's rank 1 in the world? That would be, oh, shoot, I forgot the name. You know the name, Seth.
Colin Cummings.
Colin Cummings. number 1 in the world. We got Manhunter saying, Noel, come on! Oh, that's right. It looks like Alan actually answered that question. Who's Colin Cummings' brother? That's the other name that I keep
Connor.
on. Connor.
Yeah,
That's it.
yes. Connor's the one who came to the event, ran here in North Carolina that y'all co-streamed with us.
And he won in the singles, right?
He did win the singles tournament.
Wow, that's cool.
So he is now a major title holder.
Right. We got Coco asking, are there any English players? Maybe in Worlds. I'm not sure. I know that there's a few out-of-country players that come to Worlds.
I don't believe so. I think there are some small pocket communities, but I don't think any players come to the World event.
Really? So, wait, so is our Canadian friend the first out-of-country player? Because I thought there was a couple other out-of-country players, but maybe I'm wrong. Well, either way, we got Coco, or not Coco, we got Pittman saying this will be on ESPN one day. Honestly, I could see that happening. I know that air hockey itself has been on the ESPN a few times, the Ocho or whatever. But our current channel has yet to be sponsored, but I'm sure it will eventually. We get plenty of you viewers coming in here, chatting it up. Definitely pushes it. That being said, 1 game to 1 game. I missed it, but it looks like Noel took it. We got Junior in the chat saying, I've tuned in a few times, and I get lost for about an hour. Understandably, You start watching, and then you just start hearing those commentator voices, and you just get lost in the moment. Understandable.
Your mama in the chat saying, rooms, Connor. Connor did sweep it up, especially only losing 1 or 2 games, I think, overall.
Wow, Connor, number 3 in the world right now. Okay. I know at one point he was, I believe he was ranked number 2. Yes. Him and his brother. It was 1 and 2. Pretty impressive. Honestly, that's one thing I would like to do. I would like to, even as just a casual Joe player, I would love to actually play against the number 1 in the world. Just to kind of see in perspective that difference. You know what I mean? It's just fun to do.
Cthulhu 369 in the chat saying, I'm searching for a Chicago league. Well, you are in luck if you put exclamation point IL. You can see that there is a weekly in Chicago.
Right. We'll go ahead and try to get that typed out in chat here in a minute. Now,
there is also
2-2.
The other thing about that is there is also a Chicago tournament coming up in October.
Third, all right, we got Cthulhu in this thing. 3rd time I caught this on YouTube, and now I'm searching for Chicago leagues. That's what it's all about. You fall onto this channel, and then you guys just start to stick around because you're like, man, this community, these players, it's just can't get enough of it. That being said, Noel, can he make a comeback here? It is 6-3 now. A wild retaliation shot there, or whatever, a charge shot there by Josiah. It was interesting. It was kind of like a slow charge, but it he charged it like a Kamehameha and tried to go for a double dinger there. Doesn't quite land that one. And gets that left wall under. 7-3. That one looks like Josiah has started to warm up now. 2 games to 1.
On fire. He is getting his shots deeper on the table. and that way he was able to mix it in a little bit of a time delay to take that last shot down.
Right. All right, and now go back over to the chat. We got Kukulu. You know what? Let's see it. I'm just gonna say Kudu. Kudulu? I'm just gonna call you Kudulu. Yeah. All right, Kudulu saying sweet. We got Vi saying good one. We got Junior saying let's go. We got the Wreck Love, I think is what that says. I'm better. Well, we'd love to see that. Come on down to the American Air Hockey League. Show on up, and let's see you do your action. We got Nixon UK saying, hey guys, welcome back in, Nixon. It's always a pleasure having you here. We got Kudaloo saying, backhand rail shot for the win. Nice. That's right. A backhand rail shot is exceptionally a nice shot there.
Nixon
Man, it looks
UK.
like Josiah is trying to land the double dinger danger. He's literally practicing it now. I don't think I've ever seen anyone practice the double dinger danger. What a shot! Okay, Josiah, I see you now. 1-1. What is going on there? Unfortunate for Noel. 2-1. Ooh, Noel trying to do his own little off goal. Going back over to the chat. We got Coco in the chat saying, how is Josiah? He looks about, how old is Josiah? He looks about 12. I think he's 13 unless he just turned 14. Not sure. Okay, he did turn, we got confirmation he is 14 years old. So there you go. We got Wreck Love saying, yo, I'm from Germany. Welcome in from Germany. You know, come on, fly over to America. You know, the August World Champion playoffs are in Texas if you'd like to play against some of these better players. We got Nixon UK saying, studio looks clean. Floor looks fire. Good job. Yeah, you know, there was a lot of time and effort put into that. We had to actually shut down the studio for a short time while the floor was done. And, you know, now it's back up and running. That being said, we just came back from North Carolina matchup. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit of a short run tonight. But I hope you guys all enjoy. That being said, 5-1. Noel manages to get a nice shot in there. Now 5-2.
Vi is correcting us in the chat. He is 15.
Oh, okay. And it looks like we got new confirmation. He is 15, says the chat. So be it. That being said, 6-2. Josiah, I mean, he has locked in now. Look at that beautiful left wall over. I mean, you couldn't have hit it any closer.
Josiah is now just one game away from just topping the dub.
Yeah.
Alan in the chat saying, wait, y'all went to the NC tournament. We had a few of the American Air Hockey League players at the NC tournament. We had Nathan Buss, Jessica Buss, and then we did that co-stream.
Right. A big week indeed for both the North Carolina group and our group as well, the American Air Hockey League. You know, go ahead and rewatch that if you haven't seen it yet after this. All right, that being said, it should be 2-1, or is that incorrect?
It's 3-1.
3-1. Josiah in the lead. Yeah, I think you're right. I think yep, 3-1. Dan saying, get Trump to have air hockey at the White House. I just don't think we have that kind of pressure or political power. But a good observation there. 1-3. Don't forget to show your love and support for the American Air Hockey League. Double tap that screen to send a like or subscribe. And you can also do super chats or, gift out a membership to someone else in the chat. All right, 3-2. Josiah in the lead. Ooh, now 4-2. Josiah taking another lead there. A nice right wall over there by Noel. It worked once. Is he going to try for it again?
I like that he's shooting that cut from that location on the table, because that's the spot where Josiah seems to be pulling. And it's also similar to his bank under. Oh, good hold, and then way to capture it. Analyze where his opponent was able to go and how he's able to get that back.
Noel is such an interesting player because, most players, when they play at very high speed, high tempo, just like super aggressive a lot of the times. And Noel, he doesn't do that. He plays to his own beat, his own rhythm. And he just sets it up and he just goes to that good shot. And, it seems like he's been locking it in, and his shots are getting better and better every time he plays. Look at that. Ooh. Into a transition right wall under. A huge shot there by Noel.
DeAndre Pittman in the chat saying, I'd love to see Austin versus Josiah.
I'm not sure who's Austin, but yeah, I would love to see that too.
He means Austin from Texas.
Oh, okay. From the the Texas group?
Yeah, he came to the North Carolina State.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yesterday.
Oh, awesome. All right, 6-6. Another show me moment. Josiah trying to do everything he can, throwing this speed into overdrive now, trying to just set up into a crazy shot. Look at that. Shot after shot, shot after shot. Well, trying to get control. He does. He goes for the right wall under. Doesn't quite land. Now, Josiah back with time. He corrects his flip-flop.
He needs this to keep fighting. He needs to show me.
He has to show me right here. Can he do it? Takes the timeout. He slows Josiah's beat down. Keeping that tempo. Noel locks it in, takes his timeout. Will it work? Will he be able to land this shot? A great timeout called by the offense.
Okay.
We got Manhunter saying, I don't recognize Noel. He's off and on, but he has been with the American Air Hockey League for a while now. Now 6-6. Here we go. Noel with control. He goes for the cut, but Josiah does get control now. Josiah into a flippity-floppity over the roll, looking like a helicopter, but not quite. Into a double dinger with the left wall under. Although I will say that Noel got a piece of it. Look at this. He hits it. Noel does get a piece of it, but number turns into a double dinger. What a shot there by Josiah. 7-6, ending game number 5. 4 games to 1. Set 2 going to Josiah as well. 2-0. That means Josiah takes the win. So we will go back over to Josiah and Noel to hear from these players and find out just how it went. That being said, get your questions and your comments for these players. I gotta say, I got my own comments for these players. Noel, what a good match you did, man. Every game close. And, that's pretty surprising considering you're considered ranked number 18 versus ranked number 3. But you managed to just set up your shots. You didn't fall into his rhythm, his tempo. No, you stuck to your guns. You set up your shots. You made those goals. You managed to take a game from him, almost taking another couple games from him. Nice job.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate the support.
Okay.
All right. That being said, we'll go over to the comments and questions.
Yeah. Put in your comments, any questions inside the chat. And yeah.
We got Flip Quartner saying, hey, what's your guys' main sponsor? Well, that would be Ruth Kamichek, who does real estate. So if you guys are interested in that, you'll have to check her out. That being said, we'll get her up on the screen real quick for you guys. Ruth Kamichek, the real estate relocation expert at 208-965-3570. If you guys are in the Idaho area or wish to join the Idaho area, reach out to her. Her middle name is Integrity. She's going to find you the best deal you can find. That being said, we'll go back over to the players now.
Okay, well, Dondry Pitman says, do you try to get more shots? I mean, I try to get, like, as many shots, but it's mainly not that. It's mainly that I try to get the other player to speed up. Because normally, when I get the other player to speed up, they start making mistakes, and then I could beat them. Noel, you did not speed up at all, and you did so good in that game, okay? Like, when I'm playing, like, Chance, which is 5th, or Anthony, which is 4th, right? Once they speed up, I can, like, crush them. Anthony sped up once, and I 7-0'd him, just because he started speeding up. And you did not fall for it. You kept your pace down, and that's probably why you did so good.
Yeah, I tried, like, whenever I come out here, guys, I play the best I can. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. And this time, I lost.
You did so good, though.
We got a question by Alan over here.
But you won for us.
Like, we got Alan over here saying Noel made great adjustments on defense. Thank you, bro. Although he missed it and managed to get around the charge better this set. Thank you, bro. Thank you for noticing. I feel like he's a air hockey player. So, like, this guy knows his stuff. I appreciate it. It's right there again.
Yeah.
You know, Noel, if we had a participation trophy, I wouldn't give it to you. I'd drop kick that thing so fast and tell you, you're going to win it here soon. So keep at it. It's all about winning in the end. And you did a good job, a good showing for both us and the viewers. Either way.
Yep.
That being said, I got to say, Josiah, you hit a lot of double dinger dangers. I almost feel
did.
like you were actually trying to hit those. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I just kept hitting them because Noel would slightly move his defense over. So if I just kept hitting the off goal, then hit a main shot, it would go in some of the times. And then other times I would hit it against the off goal and then hit it in. I'm like, oh, that's that shot, the double dinger dinger. And then I'm like, I'll do that again, and it works again.
Dude,
so it's a mix of both.
Especially, I think it was either that last game or the game before. You were like kept hitting it. It was like you were doing it as an off goal, but you were trying to off goal into an in goal, and you just kept getting that shot after shot after. I'm like, man, he is definitely trying to do it now.
Yeah.
It was cool to see. You know, I'd love to see you actually practice that thing like long term, and like make it into a legitimate threat to like high end players.
Yeah. The thing is, most of the time, if you hit an off goal, they could just move their mallet up and catch the puck. So you gotta hit it like hard against them, and then you have to learn to get it back fast. So
Right.
That's true.
All right, and now Seth, I believe, has a question for the players as well.
Yes, it was just at the end of the last set interview. I'm going to answer this question first to Josiah. What shot, in your opinion, is the toughest to block?
that's a difficult question, but for me, since I'm left-handed, it's probably the right wall under, because those are the hardest shots to hit. And for like right-handed players, it's normally left wall under, because you have to like move more compared to all the other shots. But it's also just depending on how like masked, how disguised the shot is, and how hard the shot is. Because if it's a right wall under, but it's the slowest thing ever, you could just like block it. But if it's like a fast cut, a fast right wall under, difficult shots to block. But for me, hardest shot, right wall under. What about you, Noel?
For me, my weakness is those crosses, because you never know if they're going to come from the left side or right side. Your puck is only so wide that it can't, block on both sides. So you just got to guess. And then to block that, they always tell me to scoot up. And then when I do, they always go for those walls over and they get me, bro.
Right. Now, this is a question from Coco. I don't know if it was answered or not, but is Noel going to the World Championships?
Yeah, I'm going to try and go this year. There's a lot of us that are planning on going. A lot of guys
Yeah.
from here.
Yeah, who is all going? As far as you
Well,
guys know, who's
I
all
think
going to those
let's
World
start in the main.
Championships?
I think
from the
Nathan, Peter Kai or Spec, me, who is it? Chance, Anthony might go if he like raises enough cash to do that.
So that being
Okay,
said,
so-
you guys need to start
but yeah,
sending
and then
in
us-
those super donations because a lot of these players are hoping to go down and do the championships, the tournaments. Now, wouldn't you guys love to see that? To see some of our best players at the AAHL go and pit themselves against the other great players in Texas in August. Well, if you guys want to see that happen, you're going to have to throw out some of those super chats to really make that thing happen, to make that work. Your donations really make a difference. That being said, going back to the players now. Well, so and then who else?
Javier, I think Javier's going to go.
Javier. It's mainly just a couple of people, but we also need multiple other, like, we need donations because for some people, they can't, like, they don't have enough money to buy plane tickets and hotels and all the other stuff for Worlds. So donate,
Dude, I
hopefully.
can't even
but
afford a burger these days. It's
Yeah.
like $20.
Yo, what's up,
So
Noah?
we know how it goes. Every little bit helps. We got Manhunter saying, "Man, Mom, I'm on TV."
Yes, you are.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Now we got Alan in the chat. Is there another match tonight? I don't
I
believe there
don't
is.
think-
I think after this we're going to be doing some like different shots,
We're gonna
different shot
end it.
patterns and whatnot.
No, I think we're going to do that because I think I found stuff for Mike. So after this, we will probably be doing where we show the shots and how they work. Because a lot of people actually don't know which shots are called which. So we're probably going to do that right after this.
All right. We also got Junior asking one more question. What made you guys get into this besides Nathan? No.
You can go first.
Well, so actually pretty funny story. I was like 13, I think. I went to a friend's birthday party. It was at Jeremy's Downtown Arcade Sunday. And Nathan, who is a friend of mine for like a while, came to the arcade, and someone from my school was like, "Are you here for the air hockey tournament?" I'm like, "Air hockey tournament? What's that?" And he was like, "Yeah, every Sunday there's an air hockey tournament." So I'm like, I'll try it out, and tried it and just loved it and been playing ever since.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I was at the arcade as well. I was playing with Matt. The first person I met was Matt. We just hit it off. He's real cool. Shout out to Matt. And then he told me, because I was there on a Saturday, he's like, "Hey, you show up tomorrow for the Sunday tournament." And I did. I met Nacho. Nacho's pretty cool, and all these guys, they're all pretty cool. And I just like it because it's very competitive. Like nobody goes easy on you. Like you really gotta earn it. You gotta earn your stripes here.
Right. And then we got Noah in the chat saying, "Do you have like a playoffs?" We do tournament. Go ahead, Josiah.
Kind of. I don't know when they do it, but sometimes there's a state playoffs in your words. But it's where like I think last year was the top 16 players of in Idaho. Top 16 players did a giant tournament, single elimination, spin-offs, and all the stuff to see who's number one in the state of Idaho. And that's kind of like the playoffs.
Right. Oh, well, okay. It looks like that might be one of our final questions there for you guys. So I believe we'll go back and see if we can set up those shots, Josiah.
Okay.
Great job by both you guys. Noel really did a great job landing those shots. And, of course, Josiah still killing it out there once you started warm up.
Yep.
So,
Thank you.
all right. Thank you both.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, so remember to double tap that screen, like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying these matches. Oh, we got Gregory Givens in the chat once again. Welcome back. Yo, big shout out to my boy Nathan for walking my dog and helping out with the baby. He made us breakfast and still found the time this weekend to crush it in a major tournament. You know, that's what Nathan's all about. And that's, I think, what the community in air hockey is all about. You know, the people, the players, we all do what we can for each other out here. That being said, we are now up to 13,334 subscribers. So great job there, everyone who is subscribing. Really makes a difference. And looking forward to seeing more and more of you in the chat.
Hopefully, can you hear me, Caleb?
We can.
We can hear you.
Okay. So, I'm going to be explaining the shots probably. Starting just, I don't know. What do you think I should start at, Caleb? Or
Just start with the
Steph?
natural, the normal shots first. You know, your banks, your straights, your
Okay.
cuts, your crosses.
Yes. So starting, there's normally two types of shots. Two types: the cut and the cross. So, oh no, not cut and cross. The straights and the walls. Okay, the walls is when it hits a wall and goes in the goal. So if it's coming at you, hits a wall and goes in the goal. The straights is when it goes straight into the goal. It's like straight into the goal. There's two types of straights: the cut and the cross. The cut is when it goes straight in front of the table, just straight into the goal. That was a cross. Okay. But a cut is when it goes from here.
Josiah does it again against the Invisible Man.
Straight into the goal. So if we sorry. So if we try to hit it straight, it goes straight into this side of the goal because it cuts to the table. Now a cross is where you shoot it and it crosses over the table to this side. So you shoot it from this side and cross it over the table to the far side. Now it's different for left and right-handed players. Okay. I don't know if you could see this, but switch sides, switch the camera. Wow, switches cam angle. Okay.
Awesome.
So the cut and cross. For me, hitting it straight this into my right side of the goal would be a cut for me. But if you're right-handed, hitting it straight would be the left side of the goal for you. So it's the opposite of what you say if you're left or right-handed. It's still called, though, a cut and a cross. That is all the normal shots, the cuts and straights.
Right.
Now the walls. The wall, bank shots is what some people call them, is when you hit it against the wall and it goes in the goal. Now, I don't want to go because I want the puck back, but there's two types, again, of wall shots. One of them is where it goes under. Normally it's under the mallet, but it's to this side of the goal. It hits a wall, and the side closest to the wall that it hit, if it goes in that side, it's called an under. If it goes to the far side of the wall, it is called an over. Because it normally goes over the mallet or under the mallet. I mean, it could be over here, though. It just doesn't go over the mallet, or like that. But it's still called under and over.
Right.
Now, what you would say for those is you would say either left wall under, left wall over, right wall under, right wall under. Oh, so left wall under is if it hits the left wall and goes under. Left wall over, left wall goes over side. Now the right walls would be the exact same thing, but if it hits the right side and goes under, right side over. So it's the exact same shots for both. Is there anything else that I think I missed?
No, I think those are the most general shots are
Simple
the left
shots.
wall over, left wall under, right wall over, right wall under, crisscross applesauce, and the cuts. Definitely those are the normal most shots. And then we got to also see, any of the other crazy sporadic shots. Okay, let's go into the diamond drift. Let's see what that is.
Okay. So the diamond drift is where you slice it up, you slice it down, slice it up, slice it down. You could keep repeating this.
to go faster and
Now, is
faster.
there I heard there's like another way to do it, like an inverted way or something. What's that about?
I don't really. I mean, you could do it backwards. You could slice it this way, slice it this way, and you could also like switch it. You could also like switch it up, so like randomly just start going backwards.
They call the diamond drift the clockwise one, and the reverse diamond is what they call counterclockwise.
Okay.
I did not know that. Wow.
Also notice that sometimes when you're doing the diamond drift, you'll also do like a fake, like you'll move your mallet in front of it. You'll do like a fake taunt or something.
Yeah.
When you do your normal diamond drift. What would you call that?
I'm fake.
I'm fake.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you have that one. Now do you know what the dragon stance? The dragon shot.
It's where you drag it and then shoot it. So normally like drag and that
right.
Drag shoot.
And now what you're doing right there, that's also called an off goal. Correct?
Yes, it's when you hit it off the goal, so not inside of the goal, but like purposely hit it to like the side of the goal, area. So that it sometimes when you hit it to the off goal, they like move over and it bounces back and you just hit across. And that's what I was doing, and that's what I think you call it that, Caleb? The double dinger danger is when you hit it.
Yeah, when you hit an off goal into a shot. Yes, that's the double dinger danger. Sometimes people hit a triple dinger danger, which can be insanely cool. But yes, and you know that's one of those key things too for the higher level pros is hitting off goals. I know that some of you viewers, you guys will see them hit these off goals and go, "Man, these players suck. They aren't even hitting it at the goal." Well, no, they're purposely hitting it off the goal, off to pull the defender a little bit away from his defense to try to make the next shot, or just to there is a time clock of 7 seconds that you're allowed to hold onto the puck on the table, and they're just trying to reset the clock. All right,
yes.
So we got that.
I think that is mainly the shots that you will see, and then
what about the peacock shot?
Shots
Go ahead and show the peacock shot.
I forget what is that?
That's when you wave your mallet. You're setting it up. You're doing like a diamond drift or
like
whatever,
this?
and then you start. Yeah. Well, no, that's the wiggle jiggle. That's the sprinkler. You know, no, it's when you pick your mallet up off the table and you kind of wave it around like a peacock. Yeah, the peacock shot. You got to get that one down a little better though, because it seemed like Noel. He saw that and he defended everyone. In fact, you shot it in on yourself once.
Most people cannot defend like those shots because they don't know where I'm going to hit it. But Noel saw it coming.
Right. You're going to have to like throw it into a more deceptive routine or something. Speaking of routine, do you actually have any kind of routine when you're practicing or setting up something that a rhythm that you follow? What's your general rule of thumb when you're playing?
I don't think I have any idea. I just like try to set it up. Try to set it up so I can score a good point. Simple as that. Now setting it up, it's not just setting up the puck in a spot, like setting up in the center of the table to hit like a shot that you want to hit. It's also setting up the player, which is a nice way to see it. It's setting up the other opponent. So let's just say the mallet is in the center and you try to hit a straight shot, blocks it. Okay? But if you hit off goals, they slowly move their mallet, then you have open to a straight. So you're setting up the player multiple times. And if you hit multiple shots in a row, they're going to start blocking that shot, which is also setting it up for other shots. So setting it up is not just setting up the puck, it's all setting up the other player for shots that would go in.
Right. Now, real quick, before we go on, if you guys have any questions, let us know in the chat. You know, right now is the time that we're trying to answer your questions and whatnot. And that being said, what is the speed bag drift?
I think it's when you hit it 3 times and hit 3 times back. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'll slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you can speed it up.
That's a good one. That's another good one to throw into transition shots for sure. I've seen Nathan do it a couple times. I haven't seen too many other players really utilize it yet.
Yeah, because you can quickly just do this and then shoot a fast shot.
Look at that, how quick that shot was. The Invisible Man had no chance at all there.
Yeah.
Kesper's gonna struggle on that shot.
Right. All right, we got Chris in the chat saying, I just asked, is there skipping or jumping shots? That's a question I don't have the answer
You
for.
mean like jumping and then shooting? Or because that would be like just probably a distraction or something. But no idea.
I don't know. I don't know if he means like it could be. I mean, maybe if you were to run up to the table, you could have a harder hit, but then it'd probably fly off the table anyway. Skipping the puck. He's saying like if you could skip the puck. I don't know how you'd skip the puck, but I'm sure if
It's kind of like
Usually, if it flutters there, Chris, it'll fly off the table, and you don't want that.
because let's just say
you lose possession.
it's spinning, right? And you hit it, it's most likely gonna fly off the table, and then the opponent starts with the puck, and now you have to like defend instead of getting time to set up your shot and shoot it.
Right. So, I mean,
Yeah.
typically you wouldn't want it to flutter. That being said, if you become a master at the flutter shot, that would definitely be ideal. I mean, maybe you pick the mallet up off the table when it starts to flutter. That way you can hit it down so it stays on the table. Who knows? You might just be the first to make it happen. It's up to you, Chris. Only you can prevent forest fires. No,
Practice.
only
Get
you-
a table.
Right.
Okay.
Get yourself a table
think that's-
and start trying things out.
I think that's all the shots. And if you have any questions, just send it before we probably end off.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you guys so much, everyone who joined us tonight for the special event of us showing you how to do different shots and whatnot. And I know this was a little bit of a skeleton crew, but thank you so much also, Seth, for joining us here at the American Air Hockey League. I know it was such a long week and craziness for you, and you still came out to do some of the shoutcasting, the commentating. So thank you so much for that, Seth. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Seth?
Go Air Hockey!
Go Air Hockey!
Yeah,
All
go
right,
Air
thank
Hockey.
you guys, everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.
Have a good night.